Too often, we have seen what happens when technology outpaces regulation. The unbridled exploitation of personal data, the proliferation of disinformation, and the deepening of societal inequalities. We have seen how algorithmic biases can perpetuate discrimination and prejudice, and how the lack of transparency can undermine public trust. This is not the future we want. If you were listening from home, you might have thought that voice was mine and the words from me, but in fact, that voice was not mine. The words were not mine. And the audio was an AI voice cloning software trained on my floor speeches. The remarks were written by ChatGPT when it was asked how I would open this hearing. And you heard just now the result.
So, are you ready? Okay. Stay with me now. I'm going to go fast, okay? In May 2022, not very long ago, the renowned cardiologist and director of the U.S. Food and Drug Agency, Dr. Robert Califf. This is obviously in America. This is in North America. This is in the United States. He made an announcement in May 2022 and went on CNN to Javiera. It went on CNN to talk about this, and the announcement was something really extraordinary. He told the US public that misinformation had become the leading cause of death in the United States of America. The leading cause of death. Fast forward just a couple of months, and it's August 29th, 2022, just days before the vote on a new constitution for Chile. The Reuters news agency reported that misinformation about the proposed constitution had gone viral, despite promises from Facebook and Twitter to stop false stories. Reuters cited Professor Mendoza of the Catholic University of Chile, who observed that false claims on Twitter were traveling 3 times faster than news from trustworthy outlets. 3 times faster. Now, fast forward just a few more months. The storming of the Brazilian Congress on January 8th, 2023. Just a few weeks ago was the most significant assault on Brazil's democratic institutions since the military coup of 1964. The Washington Post reported that social media had been flooded with disinformation about election fraud. These and other falsehoods were used to incite post-election violence, despite pledges to remove dangerous false content. Facebook and Instagram directed thousands of users toward groups questioning the integrity of the vote. From Myanmar to London, Bavaria to the Philippines, this pattern of corrupt information, overwhelming truth with its anti-democratic and often deadly consequences has become all too familiar. So familiar, in fact, that you do not look shocked by any of the accounts I've just shared with you. Perhaps you feel resigned. Perhaps you feel helpless. Perhaps you believe that the assault on truth is just one more inevitable feature of digital technologies and the inescapable dystopian misery of the digital future. Are you ready for some good news? Yes, some good news. There is nothing inevitable about any of this. Nothing here is technologically determined. The digital future can and must be a home for human flourishing. We've simply gotten off on the wrong trajectory, but we can change it. Why do I say this? Because the catastrophic corruption of information is not a story about technology. It's a story about economics. It's a story about the nature of power in an information civilization. It's a story about surveillance capitalism. Economics and power live in the human realm. Anything made by people can be unmade and remade. We think this is our destiny, but we are wrong. The only inevitability in all of this is that unaccountable power grows when there is no contradictory force to stop it. And that's exactly how we got here.